last night. I don't even remember when it came out. It was a nice little refresher on my own notes, you know, a different perspective, a smarter perspective, most would say. It's always nice to have.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, I checked
got
out the boys
nothing
on
against
HLTV confirmed and stuff talking. It's always nice. But, oh, dual Berettas. 6 pistols over on the side of OG. Oh, that was a quick dink. Naf wanted to take a little bit of a peek with that P250 that he invested in towards, or at least that his teammate did to give to him. But the opening kill still goes in their favor as they swarm in on ramp. Liege with the second as well as he trades back for Grim, who had fallen. But the situation actually isn't remaining that firmly in their control because a return again coming in from NBK, and Alexibi is already down here with these dual Berettas. Unfortunately, couldn't do anything about the bomb plant itself, but he's ready to snatch up one of those frags as soon as they're finished putting that bomb down. And, well, now they're sitting with a nice man advantage. They don't have a kit at the moment, though. Did they have one even bought up?
I'm not sure, but NBK trying to clear this kill. Stewie is good for it. He heard the footsteps coming in, trying to go for the pace. It's all on Alexi B. He's got 2 guns. He needs 2 kills. 1 for each player. And they're just going to poke and prod from either side. The smoke's going to isolate them. Naf wants the knife. Alexi doesn't know. Alexi doesn't know, but Naf will get the kill with the P250 instead. The knife would have been added style points and extra money in the bank, but whatever way it happens, Team Liquid is happy to take this one through.
Yeah, they win the pistol, and that is what matters. It comes down to a pretty close situation in the end. But yeah, great work, especially from Liege with those 2 initial entries over on towards the ramp. After they had Naf, I believe it was, outside dinked down as well. So they needed some success, and they needed a clean, ideally, so that they'd have the chance then to have the health, even for an after plant to be played out. So good work. It's pretty heavy in terms of the SMGs coming out right now. 3 MAC-10s, that's in order to ensure that they have all of the nades that they could require. But obviously then, when you have the Deagles, the 5.7s, the CPs, and the Scout, those MAC-10s are not massively in an advantageous position all of the time. So we'll see what can be done. We've already had a few force buys being won throughout this series, and if we look at the entire day that we've had, it's been quite a few of them, Mike.
It has indeed. Ken's trying to make a path in. I like the spot for this. I always do enjoy aggressive plays in the hut. The best is with a shotgun, but you know, CZ's like a poor man's shotgun. It's really like a poor man's SMG, but you know, we won't split hairs there. This is he gonna get aggressive on it? Looks like he might be thinking about it. A lot of utility being spent here from either side on this standoff. 45 seconds on the clock. And the thing is, if Liquid realize that there's no one in ramp, they got a free path to a site. It's a bit of a stack going on here, even a player coming up then. But it seems like this is going to be the hit. No, they figured it out. They figured it out. They sussed it. They even get a molly kill on Issa as he can't get back out of the hut. 25 seconds. Fortunately, no obstacles really in their path. This is very risky, but they are going to be able to get down. Double doors open. Can they get the kills eventually? The Grim will push them back 15 seconds, and now Liege corralling the bodies. MBK is going to try and pop this and deal with the planter. He will find one. That 5-7 we know is fierce. He's got the scout out, but he's the last alive, and they are chasing him back through the door. He wants this kill. He's hungry for it. He's hunting it. He's not quite connecting his shots, and he will eventually be dealt with. That was a chaotic round, to say the least, Dean. And I don't know that I'd feel comfortable with the clock in that round if I was Team Liquid, but you know what? They see it through.
Yeah, running it down and, well, losing a couple of players, but the main thing is they win it, and considering now they're going to be going up against the Eco, they can obviously make up for dropping those couple of weapons in the previous round. Should be a relatively clean one. This is good, though. We're seeing a much better start from Liquid to get it here on their T side as well. You had mentioned, though, in the earliest moments of Overpass, they weren't looking too bad. They did go down a few rounds, but then they started kind of stabilizing for a while, and we were like, yeah, now we're getting a game on our hands, and then it just kind of stopped. So I am hoping Liquid are able to continue this form, and hopefully OG will be able to step up once they have the guns as well. Obviously, this round is not one we're expecting a lot from them in, and I mean, even in the previous round, what they had, they done a decent job to at least get a couple of kills. Great control. Okay, it may not be
Where did that happen?
too great for them when they're losing players. I actually don't even know. I think it was just towards outside. Fallen at least returns the kill, and that's going to ensure no weapons are given away or anything. Are they aware that a player is creeped down in towards the lower area, though? I don't think OG are really able to do anything about it, even though they may have a bit of an inkling that someone has got down here.
This is all kinds of weird. There's someone else down there from OG. Mantu looking for it. Elige wants to come back up the vent. Think they can do so? They're out onto the site. They're coming back up. There's the player dealt with. There shouldn't be any other problems here. They just need to worry about the player popping up vent and then the retake from lobby. Mantu could work his way all the way around. He's not even going to deal with popping up vent. He's going to go all the way around to maybe try heaven. They're going to try for some exits, it seems. Don't know that there's much in store in the MAC-10s. Well, the MAC-10s are hungry for eco frags. Just a hungry beast trying to snatch up eco frags. There's one. Second player's there. Mantu, though, gets this kill. Not bad. And Vald has found a Galil, so that's a nice parting gift. He'll hide with that out by the red box. Team Liquid, they take the third, but it's not without casualties.
Yeah, I mean, 3 surviving in both rounds, though. I don't think it's a bad position to be in overall. You're not going to build up a load of money, but they should at least have a bit left over. Especially if they're going to be, of course, sticking with a couple of weaker weapons that they have there. Maybe Elige gives the MAC-10 over to someone else, or perhaps keeps it himself. And just rocks that. Perhaps Fallen sticking on towards the Galil as well. I think that's probably going to be how they go into this round now. But yeah, OG, they need to come alive on this opening gun round. We said we don't really know exactly what to expect from Liquid on this map because we'd only seen them playing up against Faze back at Blast. And it's only really since then that they've been given a chance to actually try and expand on any of those mistakes to try and actually fix things up a little bit. And so far it is looking pretty good for them. Stewie actually takes some damage from that nade. It looked like he was miles away, but apparently
okay, though.
Not quite. Nothing too substantial, though.
He avoids getting a haircut from Mantu, and they know that the op's gotten its way in towards Secret. Actually backs out of that. Doesn't want to deal with it at all. So I don't mind that. They've completely rerouted the AWP. Moved it over towards ramp, and he's gotten here with a Fury. Big haste. Still rocking outside. I don't know, this is interesting. Team Liquid's initial idea was to take that silo control, to take the outside control. Now they bailed out of it. Nades are being thrown. Bit of damage onto MBK. Here comes the take in towards site. Issa playing hut again. This time not with the CZ, with the M4. Outside round 2 electric boogaloo in this round. Liquid are just poking and prodding a lot of things and not finding any control. And Alexi, he's called their bluff on this outside utility. He's here to check him. Stewie's not going to realize he's so close up. This is a fake. They're not biting in the slightest. Ooh. This gets bad. This gets rough.
Oh, Mantu's even found a kill. That may delay them the couple extra seconds now to allow that flank to really get some damage done. And, well, Mantu's going to keep on going. That's the bomb now in the lobby that's dropped. They're just taking all of the frags before he can even get there to do anything. And eventually getting a little bit impatient and trying to actually push around from behind. That did give away his position, but it just serves as a distraction long enough for everyone else then to push through and to allow him to clean things up in the end. The first gun round goes the way of OG, but they'll be back. Liquid are coming straight onto the real buy now. Actually, hang on. They may not want to. I was going to say Naf and Grim are a bit short. It looks like they do want to, but I was thinking it was a bit of a rough one. 2 MAC-10s.
This is a bit confusing. That last round was very odd. It was like they got denied on their initial aggression outside. They wanted to try and catch the player. They didn't commit to catching the player. Stewie was worried about getting off down, so he bails out of it, and then they just give up on outside. But they don't really rally by taking anything else. Instead, they just dumped utility in various places without actually taking ground. They didn't have radio. They didn't have outside. They didn't have really much of lobby. They didn't have aggression out squeaky, control of hut. I don't know what their object was. They didn't seem to have a plan B, and by the time they figured it out, OG had completely wrapped them up, and they tightened the noose. So that's a weird round from Liquid. Bit concerning. Valda is going to be able to drop down here towards lower. They're taking control. They're in towards hell if they want it. They don't seem to. This is presumably going to be a drop towards B, which means that Valda is going to be up next. Elige coming looking for him. There's the check. There's the shot. Elige so crispy on the aim. Smoke comes in as an answer, but Alexi, well, might be spotted here. There's the attempted spam if he was holding that angle. He's not. He's backed off. But he's still putting him on notice.
Yeah, we're not really seeing any kind of counter aggression coming through to see what can be done around the upper half of the map. Instead, happy enough to leave one back into spawn and one on A, and well, hoping that Alexi B is going to be able to hold off as the lower hit comes in, but no, he cannot. Kept in the open as the Molotov went towards Dark. The run and gun MAC-10 finishes him off, and NBK, he gets punished? No, apparently not. I really thought he was going to get caught there with only a couple bullets left in the mag, but a very good reaction as he takes down a Liege. Is it enough to give them the open and back into even attempting this retake, though? It doesn't seem like it, considering Mantu hasn't moved from the spawn, and, well, NBK has also begun to back away himself. Mantu is just chilling back there, right? He isn't, like, timed out or anything.
No, I think he's just holding since he knew that they took
no, just holding. He's been very still. It was like earlier when we had a player tucked in against the door on mid for like the entire round.
It always makes you nervous when they haven't moved based on any reaction or stimulus. They're just holding a spot and committing to it from the get-go. Makes you a bit nervous. It's the realities of online CS. I mean, even LAN CS always has disconnects, but it's particularly a nightmare in this online era. Liquid, though, they take a fourth, putting the issues in the previous round completely behind them. And that was much more decisive. That's what we like to see. Investment going to be here for OG, and they should actually have good utility behind it as well, so not too many concerns. The 3-man save really does go a long way to bolstering this buy. What are they going to do to change this up? I'd like to see Mantu make something happen.
I mean, there was that round where he fought against Door, and he was meant to initially kind of serve as the distraction, but ended up doing so much. I think he got 2, maybe even 3 kills, obviously, when that flank was coming in, so maybe the aggression is something that's needed, if not in the initial moments, maybe even a little bit later on, trying to get that info that they have been lacking at points, because Liquid have had a lot of room once they do want to move towards the bomb sites to, well, get up close and to be ready for their execute and whatever. They're just being given a lot of space in general. It is a bit of a slower round, though. Liquid hanging back, some noise being made around lobby, and they're not even really initially moving towards the outside control either. Only now, I believe, actually putting down any utility out there at all. And that seems to have actually pulled Alexi B down from ramp. Okay, yeah, they do have a boost up there, that makes sense. I was wondering why he was just leaving completely. What's the plan for Liquid? Do they want to bring it back inside, it looks like?
I don't know. This is, again, starting to feel like one of those rounds where we kind of lost the plot initially. Now what are they going to do? Utility sailing over. There's the mollies, but NBK gets the opening pick. Now they got to go in. Bomb's committed. The trade is there, but again, get that bomb up, get it down. Couple kills follow. There we go. Stewie and Fallen. At this point, OG are going to pull the ripcord and save again. Well, does he want to go for this? Does he want to go for this? Be surprising. No.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't imagine so. Oh. A bit afraid there the wallbang would actually go through the gap, but no. Valdez going around. I'm surprised by this.
Is this second or third round of loss bonus? Because at this point, I think 2 players will be able to drop. Oldham might be able to drop something as well. So I think they can still get another buy. Kick this can slightly further down the road. This is where it starts to get concerning. 2 players live. The ops
it's
there,
rough, though, because... Sorry, I was going to say it's rough because even if they do get the buy, it's not quite perfect. There might be a couple of weaknesses, and if you end up losing that one, then Liquid just run away with an incredible T-side already at that point. So, yeah, they do call in the pause. I think this is when you need that to come true. A little bit of a chat to be had, realizing that things are getting a bit out of control right now.
I wouldn't mind seeing, if you have to take one deficient gun, slap a shotty on hut. Or in hut. You got choices. It's a classic.
I don't think we've seen an auto shotgun today.
Doesn't even have to be an auto shotgun. Mag 7, very effective. Just, you know, some sort of shotty. I think that Nova's the most underrated gun in the game, personally. Not
because it matches your rank, or?
About, yeah. Please, you're
flattering
me.
We actually played CS together.
No,
that was a compliment, was it? Sorry.
In a long time?
I don't know if we have.
One of the funny things about the fact that we've started really casting together in the era of online CS is that we haven't met each other in person.
No, not at all, unfortunately.
We'll have to do that at some
Hopefully
point.
once things are back to relative normality, I guess. I don't know what normal is at this point. But the double up setup, that's what we're going to have coming in from OG. Valda and Mantu rocking them. As, well, already the secret control has been fully found by Stewie. They are going to, I believe, begin to rotate that player back down through ramp from B. So they're at least ready to hang on to the bomb site, but no one was there to stop them from just taking all of that secret control. Well, okay, Mantu will actually get the opening kill. Is that both of the ops down here on ramp at the moment? Do you believe so? Yeah, they've actually pushed one player out as the ops have now gotten smoked off, so Alexi B is out here on his own at the moment.
It's kind of weird. It's gotten very weird, actually. Here's going to be the play from Alexi B. What's he gonna do? So many players surrounding him. Timing is everything here. Grim's looking the wrong way, though. There's a kill. A second kill as well. The bomb did go down, but Elige couldn't pull off in time. Stewie 2K trying to guard this, and he gets two. NAF a follow-up. How has this turned around? Now they're trying to chase it. Valda is the no-scope, not effective. The sidearm comes out, but it's a bit too late. And leikkeet will get one more. A huge play from the in-game leader himself. Stewie tried to turn it on his head, but it just wasn't quite enough. OG get a round on the board.
This time, it can't just be a sole round, though. They do need to ensure that they get a little bit more off the back of it. The money actually isn't amazing for Liquid in the aspect that they had won a few rounds in a row. They obviously have enough for the full buy to come in this one, but they realize that if they lose this one, then the economy is going to be looking a bit dodgy. So they've gone for a pause of their own immediately back. And yeah, in this final map of the best of three, this is what you want to be seeing. I think we've only seen maybe a few pauses on the previous ones. Not really much from the teams who were losing even. I think we pointed out the first time we seen OG pause back on Mirage was like 10 rounds in when they were getting demolished already.
It was, yeah. I think
so
it was
it's nice to see it. It's a little earlier here.
9-1.
Yeah, around that area.
Saw it come out. It's always good to see it stabilize. Double up here again. As could be expected, as it was saved through actually. So definitely going to be up. I don't know what I'm saying. It's been a long day. We're running up against it in terms of timing. I was actually, I think, wrong about this. I think we're on hour 10. Math is hard, man. Here's going to be the peek from Mantu. It's not a shotgun in the hut, but it's even better. It's a big green. Stewie, though, already into mini. They didn't expect that. Unfortunately, he couldn't line up the shot. Still, it creates chaos, and bodies are being exchanged. Still up in the rafters is NBK. And he will do the damage. That was a massacre. Everything onto Elige now. A 1v2. He's in the flames. Pushed back into mini, and Valda will silence him forevermore. That round was madness, Dean.
Yeah, very hectic. NBK, though, being able to get those 2 kills with the MP9 from up on the bridge position right there is fantastic. It looked like he was going to be in a bit of trouble once the second swung out from the hut. Unfortunately, wasn't initially looking downwards. If he had, he could have even saved his teammate who was tucked in up close against the hut itself, but still works out quite well for them overall. They get that third round, and as we had mentioned before the pause came in from Liquid, they had spent pretty much all of the economy on that previous buy. And it did not work out for them. So now they're on pistols, a bit of Kevlar. They want to try and keep the damage going towards the economy of OG. They don't want to let them build up any sort of economy. So at the very least, a couple of kills is the goal. And leikkeet, he could be in trouble. Good decision, though, to immediately fall back. Doesn't take a kill, but he does a bit of damage. And, well, he had a teammate there who dropped a meaty nade on top of him.
Going through. Stewie up close. He's gonna get one with a Glock. Does get traded? Or rather, Grim and Fallen go down. That actually wasn't Stewie. He's still alive with a Glock. Ranking around the ramper. What's happening here? We don't know, but eventually Mantu does find him. In what is the oddest exchange I've ever seen rock through a kill feed. NAF, a Tech 9, 21 points of health, and a Dream. Dream is about to be snuffed out, but he'll take NBK with him. Certainly he doesn't get more, and no, Mantu ensures it. The kill found one round of a gap between these two teams now. When we talk about swing rounds in casting, this is the swingiest of swing rounds. This could be everything. Now, the only exception is if you lose 2 and then save with 3 with the 5 players alive on the bomb site, then you can keep on whatever for OG. But that would be boring. That's not a good narrative, so let's ignore that possibility, Dean. Do or die here.
Well, yeah, there's still time to go, but as you said, if Liquid were to get this one, it would be a good deal of control here on the T side in order to get themselves into a strong half already at that point, pretty much. They did end up utilizing that time themselves, though. Liquid, they didn't even rush the buy-up. They waited, they used that time that was given to them by OG calling in a pause as well, and I guess had a talk about what way exactly they're going to approach this round. And they slow things down, probably expecting some aggression to come through from OG after that pause. And yeah, that's normally the swap-up that you're going to see. We did not have OG try and really change up the pace. Things are honestly not looking too much different from those previous rounds. Oh, I said might want to go aggressive now.
This is back in towards the hut. But ticks and Molotovs. There's not much going here. Okay, this is getting aggressive. This is the change-up. Does he get caught? He gets one. Traded. But leikkeet took another elsewhere. So a man advantage here for OG. They got a lot of control up top, and there's not a lot of map control for Liquid. Again, they don't have vision in towards ramp. They're just working falling around outside, but leikkeet's ready for this. It doesn't matter. He gets killed with a Galil. Thought he had that one lined up for sure, but no dice. Ball comes out on top, and that might be a follow-up kill. That's huge for NBK. Manages to take that through. Naf has slipped down towards the lower bomb site, and he's going to be able to get a plant. Needed it with the time, but let's see if he can get anything more. 1v3 for Naf. Any Nafers in chat? Now's your time. Now's your moment. Let's see what he can do. Well, it's like the fight against Valda. Take him down immediately. No hesitation here. Looking for the second. Gets that shot as well. Naf, one more kill. All he needs. And he's got the bomb to play off of. NBK, has he been spotted? No. There's the tap. He knows it. And Naf secures the 1v3 clutch. Team Liquid maintain the lead. What a performance. This man just dragged them through the round.
That second kill was amazing. He's just like, what's waiting on the side, on the other side of door number 1, opens it, and it was a headshot. An instant one. 6-4. Liquid steal that away with Naf pulling off a ridiculous 1v3 clutch. The balls on this man. And that ruins OG. They are actually looking at the force buy here. As you had said, they had run down the loss bonus after taking 3 rounds in a row. So they do not have enough to be able to get the investment here. They're just going to pull out whatever they can. 1 rifle, I think I seen being brought into play. Pistols and Kevlar, maybe a few nades. But now they're in a very difficult position where if this force buy doesn't work out, very likely you're going to have Liquid sitting with an 8-4 scoreline, which is already a really good T-side here on NUKE. I do not want to let that happen.
All I want to see is the wave of NAF copy pastas in chat after that round. Can't watch it, but you know I'm going to be watching the VOD just to see that wave of NAF memes come through.
Just to re-see that clutch, I suppose, as well.
Also, just to re-see that clutch. That was a thing of absolute beauty. Ooh. Here comes the XM. NBK is making it work, but he does get traded. Montu, though, with a CZ. Making it look so easy. They've got control of A, but Stewie with utility out in the middle of the site. That's a bit risky. He'll survive with 1 HP. Oh, and he's lucky to do so. That nade will finish him. Somehow Alish survives, but he is overwhelmed. No chance here. They've squandered the opportunity afforded by Naf's massive clutch. OG back within 1. Man, oh man, the XM comes out. The CZs are proud and strong, and you're right. It's a team ace, the most beautiful thing in Counter-Strike.
Yeah, you wanted one earlier and you were denied it in the Gamba versus Mouse game, I believe it was. You got one here. Everyone on OG contributes, and as you said, in such an important round. That was huge. Liquid just really wanted to take up the pace there, and I guess get in the face of OG, try and make them respect them, I guess, at this point. Condition them to expect those more aggressive plays maybe coming into the following gun rounds, but it backfires. They get torn apart. Again, going for a bit of a hero AK. They've been loving these weapons. It is Stewie, though, who goes for it, and obviously the loss bonus, it's still up there. I think they get 2,900 into this next round, because that's what they were sitting on before being knocked down one by winning one. So it will at least be a strong buy in the following round, but we're likely going to see things tied up at 6-6. So OG. They are looking much, much better than they were after going down 5-1, I believe they were sitting at after kind of that initial streak from Liquid, wasn't it, right?
Something along those lines. It was, in fact, 5-1. So, it's a heck of a recovery. I mean, it really is. Ooh, and it's making their CT side look good. I've got a visual bug right now where the stickers are floating above Fallen's head. That's right, we've got the same feed. There we go, that reset it. Thank you, Fallen.
You just have to put it back away. Take it back out. On and off again.
I kind of like that bug. It's a good look. It's a stylish look. Crazy animated skins. Here we go. Valda might get overwhelmed by these pistols, and he is indeed going to be. So now that's another gun found, 2 AKs to work with, and a bomb site to boot. Bomb could go down, but no, Montu says no, the trade is there. It's getting risky, and risky indeed. A 3v2. This bomb will go down. Alexi B on the flank, but he's a little late to it. NBK trying to deny from the decon door, but all he catches is a bullet back in turn. Now they've got some post-plant positions, so I'll have to wait for the smokes to fade. This retake will be on OG. Their chances to equalize slipping through their fingers once more. NBK looking for this. Oh, the spam is good. And now Alexi B, well, he's just got one to deal with. Naf, can he get another clutch? Maybe! Down to 1. A 3K already on the board. It would be the 4K and a clutch in a 1v2, all without armor. But where there's a Naf, there's a way. The kit's retrieved. Alexi B's going to have to hop on this. He's got to stick it. And he's just trying to play the timing game. There's the bait to pull him off. NaVi finishes the job. He's won another round. Another massive. Whew!
Oh, can they capitalize on it this time? There's actually not even as good of a force buy now for OG, as they didn't have any money left really in the reserve. So it's some pistols and an MP9. This, hopefully, for Liquid's sake, this time they're actually able to go ahead and take this one out, because we know what happened the previous time. They tried to take up the pace and they were punished. This time, though, they're holding back a bit more, and it's actually OG who are looking to go more aggressive towards outside. So far, not working. Alexi is already hooked in the smoke, and yeah, they have no idea. So he catches a leash and gets a second on Stewie. Unfortunately, the weapons were not quite in a position that he could recover it, and he was also pinned in against the box there, so there wasn't much else to be done. They are at least making it a costly round, but I don't know how much that's going to be worth if they lose this one and then are forced onto an eco until the last round of the half anyway. Good control, though, from NBK.
Oh, he's got a lot of space, yeah. Certainly wants to press it onto the flank. There's still a player outside, but he's so low. He can't even take a bullet at this point. Stiff breeze will blow him over. It looks like one's headed his way. It's named Fallen. But no, he hasn't peeked yet. He's showing tremendous patience, and he's going to catch the flank of the player. That's a kill. It'll be instantly traded. It's a 1v2 for NBK. Just a 5-7 in hand, but it's not impossible by any measure. The problem is with 40 seconds still on the clock, Liquid can go anywhere they want. They can flow to either site, and NBK has to try and read this. He's going to go down the vent, and they're going to go up the ladder into heaven. Ooh, is my prediction good? No, they're going to ramp. So this is a good read for NBK. He's got the feel. 20 seconds. They have to commit into this. Even with it, they've got smokes, they've got mollies, they've got flashes. This is still going to be tough for him to get through. Can he catch the utility? They bust the window, and NaVi will silence him. Of course, NaVi. Who else? It's a bomb down. It's a round win for Liquid, and they...
A bit quieter, but I mean, he also hasn't been getting to rock that off as much as he probably would want to. Maybe on the CT side is where we'll see him wake up with that, if they even need the space to do so, because if they end up coming out with a 10-5 half and then end up winning the pistol, then things are going to get rough for OG. So I am hoping they'll be able to come through and salvage at least the final round here in the half once they get back onto the guns. Okay, a stampede through secret at the moment of all 5 players. It's followed a leader, and it's Alexi B at the moment who's in front of that train, and, well, they are actually going to find the initial kill. It was just Alexi B all on his own. He gets the second onto a liege. A fantastic trade, and, well, things did begin to look dodgy for a couple of seconds, but it's NaVi, as always, who steps up once the pressure falls onto him, and with a bit of help from Fallen there, who gets himself a couple of kills after I mentioned his name. He heard it. He's like, okay, yeah, I'll add a couple of frags there. And yeah, 9-5. That was expected, though. As I said, this 6th round for OG, yeah, they kind of need it.
17-6 is the scoreline for NaVi. When he steps up, he really steps up. What a line. Just that few deaths. Through 14 rounds. 6 deaths. Incredible. He's the boss at the end. You got to kill him if you want to take a round win here for OG. See, they can get through. One more round would go a long way to making this more possible. Double digits for Team Liquid on their T side, and I just don't know for OG. I'm not having a lot of hope. Alish creeping outside, taking the space, taking the ground, but look at this aggression from Montu. I like this. Do something. 2 players here working. Who's with him? Is it Alexi? It's Valda. Okay. Lot of control in the lobby. That's a lot of information gained. They're taken outside. What's the read on that? What's the reaction? Work a player down. Get ready for the secret steps approach. Alish reveals the presence of the Molotov. And now they should know. Here's the drop down from Mini. Here's the takeover, but they're not expecting Alexi B up by the blue box. Gonna catch one. Here's the wrap. Can he get anything more? He's looking for Grim. Grim's not ready for him. Finally, he's dropped. Finally, he's traded. That bomb could be retreat, but he's gained a man advantage for his team.
Yeah, and actually it's going to be Valda who comes up to extend that advantage that they have a bit. Drops the smoke. I was going to say will back away, but he already has Issa up close with him, so at this point is making a bit of noise and hoping to maybe even tempt Liquid into pushing through. And at that point they wouldn't be expecting a second player, but obviously that's not needed. Liquid for the moment taking their time, waiting to see what options may arise. And, well, taking their time turned out to be the wrong option because NB
complete the comeback, pull something out here, or if Liquid are going to stomp away with this one. Whichever team wins this game, they move on into the main event of IEM Katowice 2021. They move into the group stages. The other team, they won't be eliminated. They get a chance at lowers. That's what's on the line. Here comes the hit already. Alish has gained a kill. The nade is in. The damage is done. Issa's looking worse for the wear as well. And, well, there might be more coming that way. They try and regroup back on towards A. Alexi B's actually gotten out on site with the plant here. Liquid, they've got an advantage. They've still got utility to rain in from above. But they can't deny the bomb going down. Now OG attempt to hold them at bay. Here comes the play. Here comes the movement. Issa catches one upside the head, but he will stay alive long enough. He'll duck and bob and weave for Alexi B to get the kills, and that's his third on the round. Finally, Issa eliminated, but they've spent all that time focusing not on the man who is killing them, but on the man distracting. And Stewie2K is overwhelmed. Alexi B survives with 1 health on the round, and OG take a much-needed pistol.
Yeah, that honestly wasn't even a bad attempt at the retake there coming in from Liquid. They had a good idea with the 3 players being flashed over from heaven. They had the 1 player left outside to throw it over for them. They just struggled way too much with Issa. I don't know, none of them could hit him. He got dinked, I think, initially through the corner of the box and then just hung on, doing tiny bits of damage. But as you said, just creating the space for his teammates then while those players coming out from heaven were all focused on Issa to just pretty much have free frags. Maybe if the lobby player was around main, perhaps that would have been what they needed to ensure Issa went down, but obviously that wasn't how it was played out. So it is unfortunate, but Liquid are going to come back in with the force spike. But that's the opening that we needed for OG here in the second half, to be able to get that opening pistol. Now they're even coming in with a pretty safe buy in terms of just going straight for all rifles, even though 4 of them are Galils, just to ensure that they're not going to let anything slip here, because they know how important this is to them. Oh, and just as the cross is coming in is when that scout actually leaves outside. That's unfortunate. Not going to get much info as the cross comes in, and I don't believe there's anyone down towards B for the moment.
Not much at all. I think there's a player in ramp who's a little bit down towards the lower. That would be Stewie, but Fallen's dropped. There's a trade. Grim might be able to find Alexi if he gets aggressive in towards lobby, which seems to be what he wants to do. But that's just Alexi. That's not much to work with. The remainder, the bulk of the players are, as you were saying, down towards lower. They should have a path towards a pretty clear bomb plan here. It's not really anything Liquid can do to deny this. Bomb will go down. NBK being very careful about this. Stewie, he'll have the angle. He's going to catch a nade for it. It takes him down to 42. 1 armor damage coming in from the nade. Not as potent. Grim's overlooked Alexi, tucked into the corner. So Alexi B doesn't need to worry about the CZ. Instead, he just controls the spot. And I think Liquid are going to save. They are indeed. They're going to keep what little kit they've got into the next round and try again.
Yeah, well, I mean, they've got a Galil on top of what they initially had. As long as they're able to confirm that over a Galil and 2 scouts that you can combine to do so much damage. Those scouts tag up a couple players. The CZ becomes incredibly useful. NAF will be able to give that deagle over to Fallen. And they'll all be able to do at least a little bit of something. It really just gives them the chance to do what they were attempting to do in this round. But again, and well, with a Galil, hopefully, as long as they don't end up losing it. Grim, unfortunately, did go down. Just one of the pistols gone, the CZ, so it's not too big of a deal. They do manage to keep over the main weapons, and yeah, we'll see what they're able to achieve now coming into this round. Fallen is going to be rocking one of the scouts, so of course, hanging on to that. Could give his... no, sorry, he didn't have the pistol. Oh, he already gave it away. That's why Alicia's already on the deagle. And that actually, because if he's dropped it over, it gives him room to go ahead and get a little bit extra to work with even. So it's not a bad position. Some nades are going to be coming through. This could be scary. This is actually much better than what they had in that previous round even.
Yeah, it's quite dangerous actually. There's going to be some outside control. That's a nice nade. Lands right on you, so it doesn't do much damage. Looked like it was just a mortar shot. There's a player out by the red box early on. I think he may have seen him crossing, but I'm not sure he's got the full read on Alicia's position now. And Alicia will get down towards the secret steps. Molotovs, they've taken control towards a ramp. Fallen's going to fall all the way back by the cooling tower, but now Naf's gotten down secret as well. Oh, Naf's going looking outside. Does he realize the player's here? No. Certainly he's dead. And indeed he is. Kill confirmed. Site taken. A second kill to follow, and the Fangs are taken out of this round. That's one of the scouts down. That's Galil down as well. And that's Naf. Clutch Meister in the first half out of play. Nice flank from Grim. Pops the door and no one's watching. He's looking for more. Can't quite connect this time though. And Stewie's all that remains. With 16 points of health, no armor. He might just try and get the Galil and survive into the next round. And that's what he's going to do. Or he's going to get the Galil and try and get one more kill. What's the play here, Stu?
Yeah, I mean, if they leave only 2 players surviving, that's good damage, but I'm not sure if it's really too worthwhile. I'm honestly surprised that Mantu is even trying to move actively around, because it's only the Galil. The buy is coming in next round either way for Liquid, so Stewie would just go on to the M4. Obviously, it might help him with getting an extra nades, but oh, get turned on. That wasn't fun for Stewie. Mantu just about hangs on with 10 health, and yeah, we're tied up at 9-9, so it doesn't even matter. He doesn't save the Galil over. He'll still get a solid kitty utility and a kit even in behind that M4, so it's not like he really needed it. It would have maybe been a bit of extra money left in the bank. But they have the investment. That's what's important. But we're getting this close map as the third map so far, Mike, it seems. 9-9.
We are. Yeah, it's all tied up here late. I mean, it's what you were saying, but here's where we really get a picture of what this is going to look like. We've got the guns out. We've got the AWP out. We've got a full buy from both sides. Drawing. There's a gap in that smoke, but it's quickly closed up. Only one player will get down, and actually he's going to go into garage instead of the secret steps. They're going to control outside. No, Alexi B gets claimed. No garage control for you, my friend. Denied. Shut down. Deleted. NAF gets overwhelmed, though, in the ramp room, and now B is open for business. He did damage, but no kills. There are two players down here. Actually, just one. Alige. The other player's in towards the vents. We'll need to rotate. Alige is going to track one. He takes that kill. Knows another's in the rat hole. He gets 3. No, Stewie chimed in for 1, and they combine for all of the kills on site. What a hold from Alige and Stu during a technical timeout. You can't do it. Is that still technically against the rules in the online era? That's like the thing that would never be enforced. I honestly
don't know how it would be enforced if it was something that is attempted to be enforced anyway. I don't know how they do it. Yeah, but as we had mentioned, the buy is back in from OG. It is not flawless, but Alexi B, I don't think Stewie has any idea that he's already creeped out up against the vent right now. The smoke, unfortunately, I was gonna say stopping him from seeing too much there on Stewie, but he just drops down the vent, and I was about to say Alicia's in trouble, but never mind, there was a molly down. So that gave him a few seconds of cover on the back that allowed him to take the frag onto Alexi B, and well, with a smoke also put down now in place, that is gonna force OG to really reconsider what they're doing with this round. I don't even know if they can move back up towards outside. They're just gonna have to wait this smoke out and probably still head in this direction. They've got the time, sure, but they don't know if there's an op or anything, for example, posted on their cross back outside. They don't have a lot of nades either to make that work. But as they do move down, they do at least have some mollies here to clear out the stairs, as you can see.
Watching Alige play that position is like ballet. He's just dancing, pirouetting, dodging an HE, putting the molly down at the perfect time to clear out the vent drop, sliding back through, dodging the Molotov. It's beautiful, man. It's a thing of beauty. They're going to start to clear out these angles. There's a lot of control towards lower, but there's also a lot of CT bodies here. They have let a lot of time go through. There's control up top by the vents as well, so there is going to be no easy quarter here. Issa's going to try and entry back in. Alige ready for it, but he's not ready for Issa to already be through. Tries to just get the plant there. Now from the rat hole will strike. Get more. 2 players behind the cooling tower. A molly there as well, and that's a great kill. A better trade as well for Montu, though he will burn alive. He brings it to a 1v1. Does Fallen have a read on NBK's position? I'm not actually sure. I think he's fired off shots. Fallen seems to have a pretty dang good idea, trying to confirm the presence of the bomb. There's going to be a molly in from the double doors, but NBK's worked his way into the control room windows, and he will confirm the kill.
I was afraid. After the flick we had seen from Fallen back on overpass when someone missed a couple of shots on him, NBK was almost asking to be flicked on right there, but yeah, no, it doesn't work out. We're tied back up again, 10-10. Another pause coming in. It is the 3rd tactical pause we're actually seeing from Liquid now, and well, yeah, it's unfortunately not really a position where they can buy on everyone. Do they go for it here? I mean, Alige, Grim, and Stewie can go for the full investment. Fallen and NAF are both quite short. So perhaps the 1 eco could be worthwhile, considering it is such a close scoreline, but nah, they're going to go for it. Risk is, if it doesn't work out, OG at that point, they're going to be allowed to get themselves a bit of a lead going.
Oh, yes, the XM. Big fan of the XM here on Nuke. Big fan. Big fan of the XM in general. I think it's an undervalued gun, but on Nuke, whew, it's the best gun in the game. Play it on hut. Destroy. There's a couple different spots you can play it as well. You can, of course, go for the vent drop and then hold. You can play it over by the secret steps if they're coming around the corner. It's pretty effective there. Where does NAF bring you? Ramp. Aggression and ramp. Okay, that's another one. Less common, but effective. NAF takes himself a kill. The body drop, that's $900 Renos in the bank. And they're going to boost him up. So congratulations. Ramp is closed for business. You don't want to come here. You don't want to deal with this crocodile gun. as it just chews through your entire team. NBK knows what it feels like.
Yeah, not ideal that NBK was the one to go down early on. He's been quite impactful in the series overall for OG as well, but, well, they can make do without him, apparently. As Valda and Issa are actually the ones to deliver those entries on towards A. And, well, the shotgun now suddenly rotated in and dropped straight down. That's all Naf can do. He lines them up and gets both. It's not even the collapse because you just have so many damn bullets with that shotgun that they're going to spread out and do that for you. 11-10. I was about to point out that shotgun is so difficult to make work on a retake, but that's why he didn't slow down. He made sure he got up close before he was going to find any contact. And look at the economy for OG. They're ruined. They have 4 of the players looking at a double eco. They just have to come in with the force buy. If this round is won by Liquid, they're likely heading up to 13-10 before OG are going to be able to afford another gun round. So this is crucial now for OG.
Naf, man, he's just an entertainer. He just wants to make me happy with these rounds. XM 2K to close out a round. I mean, it doesn't get better than that. It just doesn't. A 3K in total in the round as well, but oof. It's a chef's kiss kind of finish to a round. Just a thing of beauty. That's Counter-Strike right there, folks. That's Counter-Strike. Here's going to be the play. It's a fast play in towards lower. We've got Elige ready for it. Can OG retain some of this momentum? Catch it back with the pistols, not with Issa. More players coming through. Oh, Elige is just going to mow them down. He does get 3. This bomb might just make its way through, and there is an AUG now found, so danger potentially available. Come on, team, do something special. Oh. And as NBK collects NAF, suddenly this gets very interesting indeed for OG. This is very much within the realm of possibility. It's a 2v3. It's a tough one, especially considering the utility at hand for Liquid. And, okay, now Mantu's dead. NBK alone without armor and a Tech 9, that's a big ask. But he will attempt to deliver. His doors are going to pop. They smoke it. What's he going to do here? Trying to collect Fallen. Now they zeroed in his position. As soon as he was revealed, it was over. Fallen won't miss that shot. And now there's a 2-round lead available for Liquid as they attempt to pull away.
Yeah, as you said, that was way too much to ask of NBK there, that 1-on-3, and now it's going to be the eco that has to come true. OG can't afford really anything, maybe a few pistols to be upgraded. Yeah, we're seeing some P250s, even a few nades, actually, a smoke, and, well, a few smokes now, and 1 flash. They end up buying up a little bit more just as the clock was running down, so we're going to see a plan clearly coming into mind here. It looks like those smokes are going to go down towards outside. They're actually just going to try and drop over Silo. Fallen spots and is like, nah, I'm out of here. Don't want to stick around on the op on my own. And, well, yeah, gets back towards main and ensures he has the help now of Elige as well, who's on that AUG. He's been dinked down, though, so Elige probably doesn't want to be continuing this fight too aggressively anymore. He may actually have to let that cross even come in. Alexi B actually catches him through the smoke. Good work. The weapon may even be recovered. They found another down in secret now. Valda stealing away an M4. We're seeing some life here from OG. I can't stand another pistol round being won, man. I cannot.
I think you might have to. Well, Naf is going to try and shut it down. He's trying to keep you sane here. Ooh, got to be careful, though, Naf. Wait for your teammates to get in position. You cannot contest the front line at this point. Concede it. Win the round. Down to 15. So vulnerable to the pistols now. He's got teammates to work with, and Naf doesn't care. He's going to continue to go through. Grim collects 1. Grim shuts it down. Make sure that you're not going to have to deal with another bare pistol win. Defuses the bomb to boot. Get the guns through. Liquid survive. Man, that was dangerous, though, and good impact from OG. Yes, it's late, but they've now given themselves the best chance to win this gun round. They've whittled down some of the economy for Team Liquid, and they've got every gun they could possibly ask for here.
Yeah, as you said, it gives them the chance at least to break back into the game with just 1 gun round actually being picked up. There is a little bit of money left over onto a couple of the players, but it wouldn't be anywhere near enough for an actual buy. Yeah, but when you have this score as well, I don't think you'll really be going for those sort of force buys. Or I guess we'd have to see what happens, but it is usually a priority to try and get as strong of a gun round as possible. Stewie, he burned a little bit there, so I was wondering if they were going to commit quickly off the back of that, but no, they actually wait a moment. That has given Stewie quite a bit of room to work with, but it doesn't matter. His head gets taken straight off. Mantu actually doubles down there as he catches Fallen, trying to move in quickly from heaven. With that now, the bomb should be recovered and planted. It will now definitely securely be put down. That molly towards heaven is what holds off, well, not for a moment, but it doesn't stop him from getting a nade in. Never mind. Suddenly things get spicy because trying to actually get the bomb down now, while only one player to cover off 2 of the positions, becomes a lot more difficult, of course.
Surprised Alicia's giving them so much space, but he's trying to hold off this angle against NBK. NBK, meanwhile, is just looking for heaven, so this actually works out quite well for OG in terms of giving them a window in which to plant. Now Alicia and NaV are going to have to work together to get back in. NaV having to wait for Alicia to get back into the angle, but they've got flashes to set each other up. There's the first. Allow the peek over. NBK now knows the player's coming in from many, if he didn't already. There's a Molotov available as well. They know where NBK is. It's a molly straight onto the bomb site. NBK taken care of. It's all on to Issa now. 1v2. Locked in towards the hut. Molly at his doorstep, and he's been spotted. There comes the kill. There comes the round secured for Elige. Full 10-second defuse. That's fine. He can make that happen. We'll give time for NaV to go try and find the AWP. Don't know if he'll get to it in time, but it is round 14 for Team Liquid.
Now, sadly, NaV won't actually be able to find the up. But as you said, most importantly, they're up to that 14th round. They have the money anyway to get the up back on Fallen. But there's still no real clean rounds being found. Either team, when they find a round, it is very hard fought for, rather. And we're seeing the results of that in the economy. So OG could still crack their way right back into this game if they take this gun round right now. Suddenly Liquid would again be looking at a double eco even onto 2 of their players, which would potentially prompt them to go for a force buy. Oh, immediate A-rush though. Okay, going back to what almost worked for them earlier on. Stewie still in the back of the bomb site, not going to be able to find as much as he needed from around that smoke, unfortunately. It was actually Fallen, sorry, who even got that first kill. Oh, and Elige not finding anything either. There was only a small gap in the smoke that gave him vision, and, well, the tracers that he was spraying through gave his opponents a much easier time returning fire. I was about to say Fallen might even be caught by that player moving through hell. I think both of them perhaps now are to be going back towards the spawn, and yeah, there we go. Fallen goes down. They know NaV is in there as well, and, well, Valda doesn't even need to wait for his teammates. This takes the headshot straight up 11 for OG, and yeah, look at the economy there. 2 players, both Stewie and Fallen, left on 1,500. And then 3 players who are also short of buy-in, but maybe they could force up a little bit. I don't know. At 14 to 11, you probably just take the ecos, try and get as strong of a buyout and towards that following gun round as possible, going into round number 28. And maybe you get a few pistols just on those other players as they've gone for. Kind of surprised Grim hasn't bought up maybe a P250 or a Deagle even. Just to give them a chance to keep the damage on towards OG and not let them build up any money at all. Sustained damage.
The issue is with Fallen and Stewie's money where they're at. Maybe you want to have as much as possible on the remaining players so that you might get to a scenario where you could drop a gun. Elige gets his ankles tickled, but actually going to get past the angle. Alexi B cannot find that kill. Control taken for now. Now Elige is up by the red box. They expect this. There's a second player here, but damage cannot be done. NBK and Issa, they defuse that particular landmine, avoid stepping on the trap. And now they should be A-okay. This path down towards the bomb plant. Spam from smoke should be relatively ineffective unless a stray bullet catches Issa, and no, Mantu will trade it back in kind. So, site cleared up, 2 USPs, all that remains. Grim and Stewie, and then make that just Stewie. Can't really do anything here. Can't really do anything much at all. Team, we're in the 11th hour. Both of this game and of this cast.
Are we actually in the 11th hour?
Yes.
I lost track of time. Yeah, you had to make sure it was factual.
Game went live at 6. It's 5 my time now.
Even, yeah. This best of 3 alone has been a pretty long one so far, even though we had some quicker maps. Stewie, he's actually got 1 kill. They know he's up here now, so they can potentially just try and avoid this area. They don't really need to be taking the fight, but yeah, they're confident they'd be able to deal with that USP without suffering any more
crack the way of Team Liquid. They're not out of the woods just yet, especially if they don't take it cleanly. Just the reality of the scenario. The money's been built up for OG. Liquid have taken what was looking like a comfortable win and made it anything but. Difficult scenario indeed. What is OG's play? They go outside. They take a lot of control outside. They got the smokes down. Smokes aren't perfect. It's a smoke from mini. It looks like they want the op shot. Mantu looking. Fallen is there. There's the lockers. There's the dead Fallen. But Elige gets the trade. Fallen was the bait. Elige catches him off. And you know what? Famas for an op out of play. I don't know that that's a bad exchange. The only issue is that Fallen had the one kit, so it'd be nice if someone could get around to lockers to retrieve it.
Yeah, hopefully before they actually begin and he rotates down or anything, if it ends up being like a lower side hit, because, yeah, that's the only kit, as you mentioned, it is going to be needed, or, well, maybe not if they just lose all their players before it really becomes useful, because Is is going to head and claim another kill now in favor of OG, and, well, Valda lurking back in through lobby, he may even have a bit more to give us, and indeed, a missed shot from NAF means he goes down with no fight to be put up. Valda up to 70 in frags, and, well, Stewie again left alone. This time with more than a USP, so it may actually be worthwhile saving this FAMAS over. Oh, that's potentially an AK below him. No. No. He cut the ladder at least, and yeah, with that now should be fine. Then Valda. The timing could be a bit awkward, but he's here to step. Free kill. AK to be picked up any second. No, he's waiting. He wants to see if there's anyone else nearby. I think he was hoping there'd be a second player that he could take down, and then suddenly it's a 1-on-2 because the bomb hadn't even been planted. But yeah, was forced to eventually just kind of pounce on that one kill. And now it is positioned known to 3 players. It's not really worthwhile going for. So yeah, with an op, he's just going to back off. Makes sense. 13 though to OG. We're on track for potentially the full 30 rounds at this point.
I'd say even likely the full 30. It's going to be a tough scenario for Liquid. What's their money going to be looking like? Not ideal. They might invest some around this AWP, but you got to imagine they're going to try and save for a proper gun round to keep it off of an OT play. So maybe just a few pistols around this op. NBK trying to chase. NBK takes it out of play. Never mind. No op to be had. Nothing to build around it. That's a huge kill to find. Completely takes the fangs out of this next round. Maybe some pistols. Looks like we might get a bit of a nade stack here as a couple HEs get invested into, but Team Liquid, they cannot afford to falter here. They're going to have to give up 14, almost certainly. They're going to have to give up the tied scoreline, most likely. OG have battled back into this one.
Oh, the nades. No, not able to do anything. They actually tossed them outside. It looked like maybe they were even going to go toss them around at the door, and that maybe would have cost someone, but no, it's OG being cautious. They don't need to go too aggressive themselves. They know they're up against very little. They've just seen the nade stack that was thrown outside, and, well, falling up close. What can he really get done with just the USB? Apparently nothing. Peeks in, the shoulder gives him away, and with that now, it is going to be those longer ranged rifles just capitalizing on taking that outside control in a position where they shouldn't struggle much against the pistols. He's got a, I was going to say a P250. Maybe he could get something done. No, Alexi B keeps on fragging, and we're going to be tied up at 14-14. It's going to be this next gun round potentially. At least in the case of Team Liquid, if they don't win that one, then it's looking like OG are going to be set up for the victory. But
special clutch from one of their players, but it's been a while since we've had one. OG, meanwhile, you're absolutely right. If they win here, it should be little more than a stumbling block to confirm the series win. If they lose, they still get a very prime chance at OT. And it's a fast play into upper. They want to accelerate the pace. Stewie catches 2. Grim got a 3rd. They're chasing it back in, but the damage has been done. Alexi B, low, on towards 12. It's not a lot of utility here for Team Liquid. And at 2v3, this is still viable as Mantu gets down the fence, and Alexi will follow him behind. Trying to go for the bomb plant lower, and if they get it, and they should, no one's really in position to deny this, a post plant is viable with no smokes, no Molotovs, no armor even on Fallen. Mantu's going to take matters into his own hands, but he's lost his teammate, and now they know where he's at. Fallen drops, but with Mantu's position known, there's only be so much he can do, but he takes out NAF. This is tremendous, a 1v1 now against Elige, one of the best players in the world, but Mantu going for the molly, gets his head ripped from his shoulders, and enough time for Elige to retrieve the op, retrieve the kit, get back for the defuse, and secure map match series point for Team Liquid.
Damn, I thought we were just about to get someone to deliver a clutch that was on par with what we've been seeing from NAF, but no, unfortunately OG are not able to. Think back, man, those 2 ridiculous NAF clutches that we've seen, if they went the other way, the way they should have, this would be over already for OG.
Yep.
Oh, this game's just been insane. NAF isn't even top fragging, it's Elige who's top fragging. He's been doing insane with the entry frags, and NAF then in the late round seems to be the one who comes through, but just overall they're all playing great, and it's the same to be said for OG. This overtime could certainly still happen.
What's mad is it's Alexi who's top of the board for OG, and actually in the server as well with 27 kills. Alexi B, not the man you usually expect that from, and he's flying out into the server again. He's already gotten the second vent, but this time he won't pull off a miracle. Grim and Stewie shutting this down. 3 bodies already found. The remaining 2 players are back in the lobby. Team Liquid looking to take this nail fighter in this final round. It all falls to Valda and Mantu, 2 tremendous players who will attempt to bring this back. They're out of time. Molly's going in to slow them down. Flames at their feet, a tickling. They've got a minute 15 to play with. The bomb has decidedly been lost. It's actually somehow up on the hut. Valda takes 1, though. That starts the road. Stewie 2K down. 4 more players to find. Control in the ramp room. Control outside. Control in mini. And a player still on top in the site proper. They're going to regroup. They're going to send Mantu on a mission outside, exploring to try and take this control, to try and bring back a kill, to try and encircle their opponents and maybe present a flank. The smoke goes through here. That's going to distract focus. Grim on top of the hut is just aching for Valda to come through. He just wants this kill. All he needs to help confirm the round. He's already got 2 to his name. Only 33 points of health, so he doesn't want a prolonged fight. The headshot, everything he wants, and there it is. Grim takes another. All onto Mantu now. Well, he has round 1. This is looking increasingly unlikely. Mantu will wrap in, still trying to get control of that bomb, and they're content to let him play with the clock. 10 seconds now. He's got to go. He's got to go now, or he's out of time. And this is all over one way or another. A brilliant shot from the kills. It's the only way he can win, and there's no reason to give him the fight. That's the game. Another clutch from NAF, this time with the clock. It's 16-14. Liquid